We are the wind in the sails of your business. We are your compass. Chart your course towards your targets. Africa Business Radio. Towards a profitable Africa.
Hello there, it's time for another News Periscope podcast, where we round up the news from around the world over the last 7 days. My name is Titilayo Nyesom, and in the highlights. Biden, Johnson, Trudeau pledge artillery for Ukraine in battle against Russia. Terrorists release Abuja monarch, 2 others after 18 days in captivity. More than 35,000 Boko Haram ISWAP terrorists and commanders surrender in Borno. Nigerian Bishop Kukah knocks President Buhari over worsening insecurity. Nigerian government renames National Theatre Lagos Creative and Entertainment Center. And Real Madrid sporting CP react as Cristiano Ronaldo loses son. And now to details. The Diocese of Sokoto Bishop Matthew Kukah has berated President Muhammadu Buhari over worsening insecurity in the country. In his Easter message on Sunday, the vocal cleric said the Buhari-led government has polarized the nation into ethnic and religious lines and has slid into hibernation mode. Kukah said the country has been divided by politicians and evildoers who don't want the country to grow and develop, adding that it seemed that the presidency does not know that Nigeria is troubled. He asserted that the greatest challenge for Nigeria was not even the 2023 general elections, but the process of reconstructing the nation and reconciling the people. Former Governor of Zamfara State, Alhaji Abdullahi, ahead of the 2023 general elections, has dumped the All Progressives Congress APC for the opposition, People's Democratic Party, PDP. The opposition party also received the membership of Senator Kabiru Garba Marafa in Gusau on Sunday. The development was confirmed to newsmen in an announcement by PDP chairman in the state, retired Colonel Bala Mande. Speaking briefly after a stakeholders meeting in Gusau, the state capital, on Sunday, Colonel Bala Mande said they had sat down and finalized the issue of defection of the duo. According to him, Yari and Marafa have agreed to work for the development of the party at all levels. Bandits have released the traditional ruler of Bukwe community in Kwali Area Council of Abuja, Nigeria, Alhaji Hassan Shamdi Zozi. We report that the monarch was kidnapped from his palace 18 days ago alongside 2 residents of the community. In an interview on Sunday, he said he was released by bandits on Saturday evening. The monarch added that his subjects, Ahmad Joel and his daughter Precious Joel, were also released. The monarch said bandits collected 4 million naira as ransom before he was released, adding that gunmen also collected 2.5 million naira as ransom before freeing his 2 subjects. The Anambra State Governor, Professor Charles Soludo, has warned gunmen causing havoc in the state to turn a new leaf before it's too late. Speaking on Sunday in his Easter message to the people of Anambra, Governor Soludo said the gunmen terrorizing the state should take advantage of the amnesty offered by the government and turn in their guns before it's too late. He added that no portion or section of Anambra State will be allowed to be overrun by terrorists and other criminals, assuring the people of readiness of the government to secure their lives and property. Bandits who launched a daring attack on Niger State in Nigeria and kidnapped several residents have started contacting families of their victims to demand the payment of ransom. We gathered that the bandits are demanding the sum of 2 million naira each of their victims before they would release their abductees. The fresh attack, according to reports, happened on Saturday, 16th of April, in Gwada, a community in the Shiroro local government area of the state. The terrorists invading the community in their hundreds, killing a police officer and 4 other persons. The area attacked is reportedly about 20 kilometers away from Minna, the state capital. A yet-to-be-ascertained number of people were kidnapped, and also an unconfirmed number of cattle were whisked away by gunmen during the attack. Troops of the Nigerian Air Force have killed at least 70 Islamic State in the West Africa province ISWAP fighters and injured many others. In a statement issued by the NAF spokesman, Edward Gwabet, the ISWAP terrorists were killed at Tumbun Rigo and a logistics camp about 2 kilometers northwest of Tumbun Rigo in the Lake Chad region. Gwabet said an intelligence, surveillance and reconnaissance ISR platform discovered a large number of terrorists in their camps. He said the operation, which was conducted on April 14, 2022, was carried out by Operation Hadin Kai and Nigerian Air Force under the Multinational Joint Task Force. Unknown gunmen on Saturday night into Sunday engaged security operatives in a fierce gun battle in some parts of Orlu and Orsu local government areas of Imo State. It was gathered that the firefight forced residents to scamper for safety as some ran into their homes while others fled into the bushes. According to the report, security operatives acting on intelligence had stormed the area after getting information that the gunmen were regrouping to launch an attack. The Socio-Economic Rights and Accountability Project, serap, on Sunday urged President Muhammadu Buhari to reverse the presidential pardon granted to former governors of Plateau and Taraba, Joshua Dariye and Jolly Nyame, respectively. serap was reacting to reports of the prerogative of mercy granted the two former governors by the Council of State presided by President Buhari on Thursday. In a letter dated 16th of April 2022 and signed by its Deputy Director Kolawole Uluadare, serap asked the President to immediately review and withdraw the pardon granted to the former governors who are in jail for corruption. It urged Buhari to propose a constitutional amendment to the National Assembly to reform the provisions on the exercise of the prerogative of mercy. serap stated that the amendment will make the presidential pardon more transparent, consistent and compatible with Nigeria's international anti-corruption obligations. The presidency on Monday rejected claims that President Buhari has divided Nigerians since coming into power in 2015. The special advisor to President Muhammadu Buhari on media and publicity, Mr. Femi Adesina, who made the denial, added that those accusing Buhari of dividing Nigeria are the very ones who have divided Nigeria with their mouths. He added that the situation where President is being accused by his critics of dividing Nigeria is a sad one, stressing that no wicked intention shall come to pass. Over 35,000 terrorists who belong to the Boko Haram and ISWAP terrorist groups have willingly laid down their weapons and surrendered to the government in Borno State. This disclosure was made on Monday by the Borno State Governor, Professor Babagana Zulum, who noted that some of the commanders of the terrorists are part of those who surrendered. He said in a statement by his senior advisor on communications and strategy, Malam Isa Gusau, which contained the governor's Easter message to the people of the state, that development is an answer to prayers. He commended the security forces, residents of Borno State, and the government at all levels for the sacrifices and commitment to make the feat achievable, which he said has moved the state closer to ending insurgency. The Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu-led government on Monday shut down all Chrisland schools in Lagos State indefinitely. This comes after the immoral act linked with students of the school during their trip to Dubai. The shutdown notice was contained in a press statement on Monday. The Lagos State Governance Advisory Council, GAC, on Monday threw its weight behind the second-term bid of Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu. This was made known on Twitter by Sanwo-Olu's Chief Press Secretary, Boyega Akosile. He stated that the governor was also given a pass mark for staying true to the developmental agenda of Lagos. According to Akosile, the decision to back Sanwo-Olu's second-term bid was taken at a meeting in Lagos on Monday. The U.S. President Joe Biden British Prime Minister Boris Johnson and Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau have pledged to send more artillery weaponry to Ukraine in the face of an all-out Russian assault on that country's east. Biden spoke to Johnson, Trudeau, and other allied leaders in a secure video call from the White House Situation Room as the Russian invasion reached a new phase. Asked by reporters during a visit to New Hampshire if the U.S. would be sending more artillery to the Ukraine, Biden replied, yes. Real Madrid and Sporting CP have sent their separate messages to Manchester United's Cristiano Ronaldo after the Portugal captain announced the death of his twin baby boy. Ronaldo made the tragic announcement on Monday via his Twitter handle that his son had passed away. His former clubs, Real Madrid and Sporting CP, were quick to send their support to their former star man. Ronaldo and his partner, Georgina Rodriguez, was expecting twins, but while his daughter came out alive, the baby boy passed on. The Lagos State Command of the Nigeria Police Force has announced that it will not allow any street protests in commemoration of the one-year anniversary of the End SARS protest. The command also denied that it has granted approval for any street protest in whatever form to hold tomorrow in commemoration of the End SARS movement. According to a statement on Tuesday by the spokesperson of the command, CSP Adekunle Ajishebutu, only indoor and virtual events are permitted to hold in commemoration of the End SARS protest. Ajishebutu explained the street protests could not be permitted because intelligence information says some people are planning to hijack the protest and disturb the peace. He warned the organizers of both the pro and anti-End SARS protests to sheathe their swords, as no street protest will be permitted and security operatives have been ordered to enforce the law. The Muhammadu Buhari-led Nigeria government has officially scrapped the Department of Petroleum Resources (DPR) and the Petroleum Products Pricing Regulatory Agency (PPRA) and the Petroleum Equalization Fund (PEF). This was made known by Minister of State for Petroleum Resources Tim Silva while speaking on the sidelines of the inauguration of the boards of the Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority and the Nigerian Upstream Regulatory Commission. He stated that the Buhari-led administration has also sacked the chief executive officers of the three agencies. According to the minister, the passage of the Petroleum Industry Act and the NPRA and NURC had taken over the functions of the DPR, PPRA, and PEF. Two pilots of the Nigerian Air Force jet were feared dead on Tuesday after the plane crashed in Kaduna State. The pilots were the only occupants of the jet, which was on a mission to locate terrorist hideouts in the state. Although NAF has not officially confirmed the crash, a top security officer based in Kaduna told journalists the plane went down around 6 p.m. The country recorded 3 military plane crashes last year, one of which killed the former Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Ibrahim Atahiru, and 10 other senior officers in Kaduna. Former Kano State Governor Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso has formally joined the 2023 presidential race after he picked the new Nigeria People's Party (NNPP) nomination form. Kwankwaso, who picked the nomination and expression of interest forms at the party's national secretariat in Abuja earlier on Tuesday, said he would correct the mistakes of President Buhari's administration in the last 7 years. He described the NNPP as the real progressive party and urged politicians interested in the country's progress to join him in the party.
Last but not least, former governor of Kano State, Rabiu Kwankwaso, also formally joined the new Nigeria People's Party, where he intends to release his presidential or realize his presidential ambition.
For the media, sir. For the media. Yes, sir.
Let me, at this point, call on all Nigerians, especially my brothers and sisters who are in this game of politics to do what I have done, and that is to join NPP. For the PDP, I was a founding member of the party in 1998. I was governor in 1999 in Kano. From 1998 to 2014, I realized that the ideology was completely different. We have people from extreme right and certainly extreme left being and working together in the same party. And it became so difficult for us to work together because of this huge difference in our beliefs and ideology. And therefore, we started a movement which culminated into the APC in 2014. And by 2015, I was a senator under the APC. Unfortunately, we realized the PDP itself was even better.
Governor Abdullahi Ganduje of Kano State has told his counterpart from River State, Nyesom, that he will lose the 2023 presidency. Wike, who is a presidential aspirant of the People's Democratic Party, had on Monday visited Kano, where he made a courtesy visit to Ganduje, a member of the ruling All Progressives Congress. The River State governor, speaking during the visit, appealed to Ganduje to support his ambition in respect of 2023.
I'm here now as a colleague brother, as somebody who's prepared to take over Villa in 2023. And for you to pray for us, you know, you may not say it here, but you know, things are not working well in Nigeria now. Things are very bad. But you are doing well here at the state level. You are doing well. If people like you are running for presidency, some of us would have withdrawn. Some of us would have withdrawn because of your performance in Kano. And we believe that people like you can, replicate what you've done here to the government on the federal level. I thank God you are not running. I thank God you are not running, so that I will not have difficulty. And since you know that two of us are doing the same thing, it's good for you to support me. It doesn't matter their party. So I sincerely thank you, and that is why we're here today. Thank you, and God bless you.
So my brother, you are most welcome to Kano State. Your party and all other parties, we are staying in peace, because this democracy, if we all belong to one party, then it's not democracy. We have different political parties with different ideologies, with different views, with different strategies in governance. And that is how it should be. So you have come to see your brothers and sisters, which is good, aspiring to be the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Well, I foresee good efforts. At the end of it, you will lose, but you will be a good loser.
Ahead of the 2023 general elections, the Minister of Labour and Employment, Senator Chris Ngige, on Tuesday formally declared his intention to contest the position of president, saying he has a burning desire to see a prosperous, united and equitable Nigeria. Ngige, who unveiled his presidential ambition before a mammoth crowd at St. Mary's Catholic Church, Alo, Ndemili South local government area of Anambra State, is seeking the ticket of his party and the All Progressives Congress APC as its presidential candidate. Addressing the crowd comprising APC faithful and other supporters, the former Anambra State governor, having served 40 years in the public service, says he was fully equipped as an administrator with a huge wealth of experience, capacity and energy, as well as a large heart to accommodate the differences among Nigerians.
government has built Enugu and Ichado. Government has built second Niger bridge. Government Enugu Okigwe. Aba. Lagos. The airports are remanded to international standard. And the resources are available to us as a government. I don't want to be what they will or rather in self-pity. That is why Mr. Kukah and the members, I am here to answer you on what we agreed last December. We have security situation in our land, not only in northern part of Nigeria, southern part of Nigeria. See it even here. People here, do you see this kind of security around? No. Like I said, security I won't discuss it publicly, but I know what to do if I were president. Our president is trying his best within available resources. I am in the room, so I know resources are, our programs are, and the programs, and even instructions given for implementation. Senator, Doctor, Chris, what was it you get? In the South local government area of Nigeria, of Anambra State, I formally declare that I am contesting for President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
The federal government on Tuesday renamed the National Theatre in Lagos to the National Creative and Entertainment Centre. The Minister of Information and Culture, Lai Mohammed, confirmed the development during the signing of an agreement on the hosting of the first global conference on cultural tourism and creative industry in Madrid, Spain. Nigeria will host the event in November. The minister said the change of name was long overdue, adding that the theatre would assume the new name when the ongoing renovation works at the edifice are completed. Mohammed added that the global conference slated to hold from November 14th to 17th would be the first event to be staged at the centre. Actor Johnny Depp has testified in his $50 million defamation trial against ex-wife Amber Heard that he never struck her. The lawsuit is over an opinion piece Ms. Heard wrote for The Washington Post, in which she called herself a victim of domestic violence. He denies any abuse. Ms. Heard has sued back with a $100 million counterclaim against Mr. Depp. The closely watched civil trial, which is taking place in Virginia in the U.S., is now in its second week. Ms. Heard's team has portrayed Mr. Depp as an abusive partner prone to drug and alcohol binges. Mr. Depp's team has presented Ms. Heard's claims of domestic violence as a hoax and a calculated strategy to ruin his reputation. Speaking to the jury on Tuesday, Mr. Depp said the truth was all that mattered to him now. African duo of Mohamed Salah and Sadio Mane helped Liverpool outclass Manchester United 4-0 in the Premier League on Tuesday night. Salah scored twice and Mane bagged a goal, while Luis Diaz also found the back of the net in the opener. With the win, the Jurgen Klopp side moved top of the league table, with Manchester City standing to regain top spot when they face Brighton on Wednesday night. Liverpool become the first team to score 8 goals against Manchester United in a Premier League season. The Red Devils were without Cristiano Ronaldo, who was absent following the death of his newborn son. During the game, both sets of supporters paid a moving tribute with applause in the 7th minute. while Liverpool go 2 points ahead of City at the top. Manchester United, who could have moved level on points with a 4th place Tottenham, remain 6th. The ruling All Progressives Congress on Wednesday fixed its presidential nomination and expression of interest forms at 100 million naira. The National Publicity Secretary of the party, Felix Morka, revealed this after the 11th National Executive meeting in Abuja. Meanwhile, the National Executive Committee of the ruling All Progressives Congress has revealed the date for its presidential primaries. NEC on Wednesday approved May 30th and 31st for the primaries ahead of the 2023 general elections. The spokesperson of the party, Felix Morka, disclosed this at the end of a closed-door meeting of NEC in Abuja. According to Morka, the ruling party also fixed May 18th for governorship primaries, adding that the sale of expression of interest and nomination forms would commence this Saturday.
Of fees payable for these offices. The first is the House of Assembly. The expression of interests form has been set for 500,000 naira, while the nomination form has been set for 1,500,000 naira. That brings it to a total of 2 million naira for the State House of Assembly. The House of Representatives has a fee prescribed of 1 million naira for the expression of interest form and 9 million naira for the nomination form, bringing it for the House of Representatives to a total of 10 million naira.
The expression of interest form for the Senate has been set for 3 million naira, while the nomination form has been set for 17 million naira. The expression of interest form for governorship has been set for 10 million naira, while the nomination form has been set for 40 million naira. While the presidency has been slated for 30 million naira for expression form, however, 17 million naira for the nomination form.
For the Senate, we have the expression of interests form set at 3 million naira, while the nomination form has been set at 17 million, bringing it to a total of 20 million for the Senate. For governorship, we have the expression of interest form set at 10 million naira, with the nomination form set at 40 million naira, bringing it to a total of 50 million naira for the governorship. And our presidential form has been set for expression of interest at 30 million naira, and the nomination form set at 17 million naira, bringing it to a total of 100 million naira.
He also said the nomination form is scrapped for women and people with disabilities who are interested to contest under the APC flag, and also 50% discount for ages between 25 and 42.
That our female aspirants and persons with disability are to purchase expression of interest forms for all the positions that they may be interested in, while the nomination forms will be free without any cost to them.
WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange on Wednesday moved one step further to being extradited to the US, where he is set to be tried under Espionage Act after a London court sent his handover order to the British government for approval. The court issued a formal extradition order in a hearing on Wednesday, leaving UK Home Secretary Priti Patel to rubber stamp his transfer to the US after a years-long legal wrangle. Assange is able to appeal this decision. He is wanted in the US on 18 criminal charges after WikiLeaks published thousands of classified files and diplomatic cables in 2010. If convicted, Assange faces up to 175 years in prison. Assange joined the hearing virtually from the high-security Belmarsh prison in London, where he has been held since being dragged out of Ecuadorian embassy in London 3 years ago. He stated his full name and date of birth. His extradition has been the subject of numerous court dates since his arrest, which took place after Assange sought diplomatic refuge in the embassy for 7 years. Due to Russia's invasion of Ukraine, world number 2 male tennis player Daniil Medvedev and former world number 1 female player Victoria Azarenka are among those apparently set to be barred from competing in this year's Wimbledon. Indications are that players from Russia and Belarus, which has not only backed Vladimir Putin's government but allowed it access through its borders to invade Ukraine, will be barred from competing in the Grand Slam event. Wimbledon, which starts late June, would be the first tennis major to exclude players from such countries. Most events on tour have allowed those players to compete in the past, but they have not been allowed to display their country flags on tournament graphics. On 1st of March, Russians and Belarusians were prohibited from team tournaments such as the Davis Cup and the Billie Jean King Cup, and events in those countries were cancelled. A small plane on Thursday crashed into a major road in the Haitian capital of Port-au-Prince, killing at least 6 people. The aircraft was on its way from the capital to the southeastern port town of Jacmel when it came down in the suburb of Carrefour. It injured several people on the ground. The pilot was one of those who initially survived but died of his injuries in hospital later. Officials said engine failure was to blame. 6 new Manchester United, Arsenal, Chelsea and Manchester City luminaries have been inducted into the Premier League, swelling the glowing Hall of Fame inductees, which currently includes 16 members. Peter Schmeichel and Paul Scholes, 2 Manchester United players who won many Premier League titles, have been included. They will be joined by Arsenal legend Ian Wright, who scored 113 Premier League goals in the competition's first 7 seasons. Didier Drogba was also inducted, as the Ivorian was honoured for his 104 Premier League goals, 2 Golden Boots and 5 titles with Chelsea. The roster is completed by Vincent Kompany and Sergio Aguero, both of whom joined Manchester City 10 years ago and just lately left the Premier League. Former President Goodluck Jonathan on Friday reacted to calls that he should run for the 2023 presidency. Jonathan said he could not tell if he would run for the presidency. Daily Post reports he disclosed this while addressing some supporters who besieged his office in Abuja, asking him to run for presidency in 2023. And that's a wrap on this week's edition of News Periscope. My name once again is Titilayo Nyesom. If you have some news for us, why not send us an email? That's newsperiscopepodcast@gmail.com. Thanks for listening.
We are the wind in the sails of your business. We are your compass. Chart your course towards your targets. Africa Business Radio. Towards a profitable Africa.